Hey guys, Jeremiah, Stone Blue Airlines. I'm here with Mark from Video Aerial Systems, and we're talking about a new antenna.
Yeah, the DuraSpec.
DuraSpec. So if you've seen over the weekend, it just launched on the store. We sold a lot of the antennas, but just so guys have some clarification on where these antennas fit into the line, you got Blue Beam Ultras, you got the Airblades that are extremely popular, now the DuraSpec.
Right. Yeah.
When I had RaceSpec before this too. Correct.
Yeah, you still got the RaceSpec still there. That's your high quality, let's go out and actually race kind of antenna. You know, your Ultras and your air screws or your, premium deal.
So these are, I've had guys asking specifically where these are falling in the lineup, what to expect from them. I've seen a couple forums where guys are like, pick that one up and don't get the Airblades because the Airblades are twice as much. You
get two antennas.
It's not an Airblade set, even for left hand, and
Correct.
This is not a Blue Beam Ultra.
Correct, they are not. They are nothing more than really a cloverleaf that we've optimized and added a lot of protection to so that they'll last a little longer on these quads.
So for multi-rotor guys, RaceSpec, this is the bottom.
That's your practice antenna.
This is a practice antenna, and ideally designed for multi-rotor use.
Correct.
So you could put it on a plane, but there's really no reason to do that.
They don't crash like multi-rotors do.
I do a Blue Beam Ultra set or an Airblade set. And then the RaceSpec, now people forget within the multi-rotor community that you're basically putting an antenna on top of a brick, flying it into things, and then they expect, I guess, nothing ever to break, right?
Yeah, pretty much, and that's where the DuraSpec came about.
Okay. So I've been running RaceSpec antenna. They're extremely durable. They're very lightweight. As you can see, it's a much smaller antenna.
Correct. It weighs a lot less, too.
A lot less.
It's almost...
So if you're serious about the racing side and you're really serious about weight, weight weenie, that's what we used to call it on the mountain biking side of things. Everybody who's like, would get their gear and like checking every gram. That's for you. It's also gonna whip through the air probably just a hair quicker. But you haven't done any testing.
You're flying a brick. I mean, let's be real.
So on practice side, you got the DuraSpec, and guys, it really is durable. If you haven't seen the video of Alex basically taking out all of his frustration on the antenna.
Via a hammer, yeah.
Via a hammer. It really is an durable antenna. I've been running it for a little while now. So you want to pick this up for practice. You want to pick this up for race day, or if you're worried about weight. Range-wise, you're going to always do better on an Airblade.
Well, you'll do better on the Airblades or on the Ultras just because those are premium antennas.
Yeah.
Okay, they're meant for pristine video clarity, which increases your range a little bit. The DuraSpec, it's still going to perform. It's still going to perform better than a lot of your bottom tier Chinese manufactured stuff.
Yeah.
It's at a much lower price point at $25 a piece. You can, if you really wanted to, go out and buy two of these, spend $50 and use one on your receiver and one on your transmitter if you really wanted to. That's most definitely not the ideal situation.
Yeah.
What
would you pair up like this? Same thing like a helical or a crosshair?
Well, it's going to depend on what you're wanting to do, but I mean, you put this on the transmit side, make sure you're matching green to green, blue to blue, so you got right hand on blue, green is left hand.
Yeah.
But you basically put this on your transmitter and you go out and you bash. And then on your receiver, depending on if you want to fly all around yourself, you may want to use a Mad Mushroom if you're using the right hand, or an Airblade if you're using the left hand. And then if you really want a little more punch and you want to get through some trees or some, minute obstacles, throw a crosshair or a helical on there and fly out in front of yourself.
Now, on the Blue Beam Ultra sets and also the Airblades, you can remove the cover. This is not removable.
You cannot remove this cover.
If you want it to be durable, you want to leave the cover on. It's got some secret sauce under there that kind of holds everything together, and it really is a durable antenna.
Yeah. Now, that being said, if you break the cover, the stuff inside will still keep it protected, so you can still use it. So you break the cover, it's not like you got to run out and buy a brand new antenna.
Yeah.
So
Matt and I personally run our antennas open. It's a little bit lighter on our planes, and although crashing does happen, it's pretty infrequent, and over the years of using VAS gear, they just hold up.
Well, not only that, I mean, I just took one of his off the shelf and just mangled it. Look, you just bend it right back into shape. You bend the lobes up a little bit, smash it down some, no big deal. Just bend your lobes roughly back into shape. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect, and you're back flying.
Yeah.
There's enough the reinforcement in the center is going to keep the solder joint from breaking. You may break outside of the solder joint on these wires after, a dozen crashes or so, but you can bend these right back in place. You crash them and bend them up. It's not the end of the world.
As flying multi-rotors, we carry a lot of propellers.
Yeah.
There's no reason you can't carry an extra antenna and have it in the bag when you decide to cream it after about 30 or 40 uses.
Yep.
But I picked up one from our flying circus in the summer. It was out in the field, it was trash. I don't really know who left it there, but maybe they thought it was no good, and I've now been running it for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And it's seen way more damage. So antennas can take a lot of abuse. The other cool part is you're doing the Startup David.
Yeah, just a little finger wrench.
I love it. It's great. It's just this little doohickey that slides on the bottom, and once you put it on your quad or stuff, it makes it a lot easier to tighten it up.
Yep.
Something light and small.
Yeah,
so.
we're going to that on everything. All the antennas
Yeah.
you'll start seeing those to trickle in. Just kind of doing a running change on that, going away from the bulky
Yeah.
ABS torque wrench that we had for a while, going to that, and it'll come on all the directional stuff will have them, all the omnidirectional stuff will have it, and you'll be able, it just makes it a lot easier to get on there, twist it on your transmitter.
Little things like this are just, I like that. You guys, if you're new to the hobby, definitely check out all the VAS antennas that we stock. They're made here in the USA, they're handcrafted, and they just work. FPV is about the visual flying experience, and if you shortchange yourself, whether on goggles and on antennas, you're kind of just defeating the purpose of the hobby that you're in. And this hobby is a whole lot more fun when you can see where you're flying and you can fly farther, see better, shoot through gaps and all that kind of stuff.
Well, that's the name of the game, is being able to see. If you can't see, you can't fly. You might as well fly line of sight.
Exactly. Guys, thanks for watching. Mark, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
Guys, check out the DuraSpec. You can have your antenna back.
Yeah, somebody's getting one that I just smashed up, so they'll get a pre-crashed edition race spec.
Pre-crash, that's good.
It's got the VAS tweak.
Yeah.